Okay, now I'm gonna put my zipper on. So I got some pins handy so I can pin it on. So you want to open your zipper up, and I'm gonna pin it upside down like this. Like this. I'm gonna get it pinned up to where I want to sew it. Just to hold it in place. Make sure you're pinning it backwards like this. Okay, once you got your zipper pinned in, now I'm just going to use my thread and needle, and I'm going to sew it. I'm going to sew it by hand, and you could probably use a sewing machine if you wanted to. I'm just going to do it real quick by hand. You're going to make sure you're using a thread that matches. I'm sewing it on the lower end of the zipper because when I line it, I'm going to pull my liner up over the zipper too, and then it'll cover up these stitches. The liner will. So you don't have to be too particular about them. I mean, get them as neat as you can, I guess, but they'll pretty much be covered, so I guess it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to sew it like this by hand, all the way around, sewing up both sides of the zipper. And then, when I get done with this, I'll put a little liner in it. So just finish it and go all the way and then back around this side. Okay, I got it sewed in and I tested it out and it works. And if you happen to have a zipper that's too big, you'd want to, this side with the ends, you'd want to fold it down and sew it that way. But now we're gonna line it. I think most of the time though you can find a zipper that pretty much fits the size of your bag, but you get whatever piece of liner you want, and I'm gonna cut it. I folded it in half here, like this, so the bottom is already attached, and you want to cut it to the size of your bag and leave a 1/2 inch to 1 inch around the top and the sides, like that. And now we want to flip it inside out, like that. And then I'll take my needle and thread, or sewing machine, whichever you want, and you need to sew up this side and then this side. Remember when you're sewing up the sides that you left some extra there, so you can go in a little bit, and don't go all the way to the top, leave a little bit open so you can fold it down, or fold it so we can have a clean edge when we sew it. And then when you get both sides sewed up, go ahead and stick it in here. If you need to trim up some of them long sides, you can do that. Wrong side out, wrong side facing us. That way when we open it, it'll be the inside. With these liners, you just got to work with them until they get straightened in there. And then you're going to need some pins again. And what you want to do is fold it down. Like that, and pin it. And that's where we'll sew it. And you gotta fiddle with them quite a bit to get them in there straight and stuff, but I'm gonna pin it all the way around onto my zipper. And I'll have to fold this in down and stuff. Just gonna work with it until I get it all straight and pinned down. Do the same thing to the other side. Fold your fabric. And then I'll pin it up on my zipper. Nice and straight. This is the part that you want to try to keep straight because you're going to see this. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and finish pinning mine up and working with my fabric to get it in there straight. And then I'll show you how I sew it on. I worked with my liner and I got it all in there how I want it to be sewed. I just worked with it quite a bit and got all my edges to lay down straight. And now I got my thread and needle. I have thread to match my liner and it's not going to match this, so I'm going to sew it in a way where my stitches are not going to seep through the other side. So I'm going to go, I got a knot at the end of my thread, so I'm going to start by going up under the fabric so my knot doesn't show. Okay. Now I'm going to go through and make stitches as neat as I can. Like that. But when I go back on the other side, I'm going to go under the stitches and back through so you can't see my thread. Under and then back through. See, I'm going under these stitches. See where my needle's poking out? Yeah, right there. And I'm going to go back through on the other side. If you want to use thread though that matches your bag, you can. So now you can't see where I did that. This is a little time consuming to do it this way. I guess it probably wouldn't be a big deal if I used white, but I'm going under. I just take my needle back where my needle came out and I just go under. See my needle? I went under them stitches and then back through the other side. And you shouldn't be able to see the thread. You can't see it. And I'm going to do it again. I'm just going to go like this the whole way around. Under and then back through. And back through again. And go ahead and take the pins out here where I'm at, or where I sewed. And you just want to do this the whole way around. I'm just going to keep doing this. Probably take me a little bit. Try to hide all these stitches under the top and then back through. So I'm going to keep going around and then back to my starting point. Okay, I got it all. That's it. That's how I put a zipper and lining in. I know everybody does it different, but you can't. See my stitches on the other side. And that's how I do it. It works for me. So I just wanted to show everybody because some people have been asking me, and that's just what I do. I'm sure there's a bunch of different ways to do it, but this is my way. So I hope you are able to follow along okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and check me out on Facebook. And until next time, have a good day.